there are people out there that care about you in this industry and naturally others. Finding them, there isn't anything this guy wouldn't have done to make somebody happy and lift up people and make sure that you were protected. And he was an incredible inspiration throughout the years for many.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Airing of Grievances. I'm Eric Reamer and that's Robert Grieve, and we are, as always, especially grateful that you are here with us today. If you are joining us for the very first time, we welcome you to the channel. We invite you to click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the notify bell. That'll let you know that every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. another episode is dropping, and we are always present for the premiere, that first episode of the videos, and we'd love to chat with you through the YouTube chat function. So, and of course, if you're part of our longtime family, we acknowledge and gratefully, humbly say thank you to you for joining us all the time and contributing your comments, your
Love
chat.
the comments.
Yeah, it's great. So, Rob,
Happy Saturday.
happy Saturday to you.
And to you, my dear friends. And to you.
It's Christmas Eve.
It is Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Actually, we're doing this a little before Christmas Eve.
That's a little motion picture secret.
Yeah. Because I had to come in this morning and plow, several inches of snow, and this is what I wear when it's sub-0 degrees and
minus 24 degrees at the airport this morning.
4:15 in the morning to make sure that this place is ready for employees and guests that want to show up, and it's ready to go when it's time to be ready to go.
Right.
But, so let's go with Happy Saturday.
I'll let it go. All right. Now, Rob, this is a bittersweet.
A little bit.
Yeah, right?
A little bit.
Tell us, lead us into this conversation.
All right. Let's see. Taking it from the consumer standpoint, because these are consumer-facing videos, and we want to help you in your time of need when it comes to collision repair. Not us, but help the industry, and the industry help you. And I want to remind you, if you put your mind to it, which is not really top of mind generally, but there are some amazing people in this industry that care deeply about you, your repairs, the people that are traveling in your vehicle, the value of your vehicle, and that you don't get hurt. And it's sad, but the industry lost a very dear friend and giant in the industry, John Mosley, this week. Incredibly sad. The pouring out is incredible. We're keeping the family in our prayers, and that was a guy I'd want fixing my car. And I only hope to ever be half of the man that guy is. I mean, it's just amazing.
Just that phrase, right? That's who you would go to have fix your car. Says so much if you know what we stand for and what we do day in and day out here. And I had the privilege of meeting John.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, Rob, this goes back more than 10 years, when we didn't know that anybody else
believed in the same thing we believed in.
Right? And we found our tribe, and our tribe grew, and today we mourn the loss of John, but celebrate everything he stood for.
My goodness. He was an unshakable pillar for doing what is right. And a giving man, he's going to be sorely, sorely missed. And anyway, Also wanted to pop in and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. These are the times, and it's kind of the season that we should be wrapping our arms around each other, telling the people that you love them, telling the people that you appreciate them, and it's a time for that.
Absolutely.
Many years ago, you and I worked on a project that just flew into my head.
Yeah, I remember the day that it flew into your head, and I thought, wow, he's finally lost it.
Yeah. But we brought it to life. We breathed some life into it, and it kind of epitomizes our dear friend John. And
he stood for everything in what we're about to show you.
Yeah, and there are people out there that care about you in this industry, and naturally others. Finding them, there isn't anything this guy wouldn't have done to make somebody happy and lift up people and make sure that you're protected. And he was an incredible inspiration throughout the years for me.
Yeah. When you first came to me with this idea, we talk about ideas all the time.
Yes.
Always have.
Mm-hmm.
But this was special because you started the conversation before letting me know that you were mulling something in your head. You asked me if I knew the name Paul Harvey. And for those of you who may not know, I spent 14 years in professional radio, and I know Paul Harvey. I don't know him. I didn't know him personally, but I definitely knew the name. And if you've ever heard the phrase, and now you know the rest of the story, that's Paul Harvey.
Yeah.
And America loves this man, and he's passed many years ago now, but we still love his voice, his ability to tell a story, his ability to evoke emotion. And when you said, you asked me if I knew Paul, I said yes, and then you said, I want to make a video about the life of a body shop owner. And I want to do it in the style of Paul Harvey. I just sat there and looked at you and thought,
he's lost his mind.
Wow.
He's lost his mind.
Do you shoot for the moon?
Yeah.
Very often?
Yeah. And so if you want to see just the original, you can scroll down to the bottom of this channel, and the original is sitting there, so you don't have to share. If you didn't want to share this, you could share just that if you wanted to.
But we won't make you go that far.
So anyway, we worked on this project, and I thought for this Christmas we would leave you with this and say goodbye to my dear friend John. Love you dearly, brother.
Rest in peace.
Let her roll.
And on the 9th day, God looked down on his amazing creation and said, I need an advocate. So God made a body shop owner. God said, I need someone willing to get up early, roll up their sleeves, get their hands dirty, work long hours, manage a team of artists, and then go to a ball field, a swimming pool, the school gymnasium, to watch their little ones grow up right before their eyes. So God made a body shop owner. I need someone strong enough to handle insurance adjusters refusing to pay, and gentle enough to comfort a mother and a child whose lives were just saved by the proper deployment of OEM airbags. Someone to stand up for what's right, say no to cutting corners for profit, redo the paint job until it's perfect, and say thank you to every guest, and mean it. So God made a body shop owner. God said I need someone willing to spend hours researching the proper repair, submit the estimate, fight with the adjuster, talk to the supervisor, and keep guests protected always. And someone who can deliver the news when a loved car is told. I need someone who can bend metal back into shape and know when that metal cannot safely be bent. Someone who recognizes those with the skills of a chemist, who perfectly match paint from thousands of variables, and who knows the paint is particular and looks different in sunlight than it does inside. So God made a body shop owner. God had to have somebody willing to grab 5 smooth stones and go all the way to court for what's right, And yet would be the first to raise a glass and toast the agency who puts the guest experience above the bottom line every time. So God made a body shop owner. God said, I need somebody strong enough to lead a team of roughnecks week after week, yet gentle enough to understand that sometimes life happens, and we all need an occasional day off. Somebody who dares, shares, lifts up in prayers, and above all else, cares. Somebody who puts their community first, and after a long week of service, still wants to head to church. Somebody who's proud of their country and those that defend her. Who stands when it's time to honor and kneels when it's time to seek my counsel. Who sets the bar high for integrity and leads by example by knowing how to be the very best follower. So God made a body shop owner.
Anyway,
Good stuff.
happy Saturday to you.
Happy Saturday to
Merry
you.
Christmas, my dear friends. Happy Christmas Eve. Wish you all the very, very best. Stay safe out there. See you next week.